ball, I strike men quicker than lightning. You seen what happened in my last fight. Check it. Then while we hold gats, you hold knives. When you sold apes, we sold pies. When you roll.
There's a rapper who went bar for bar with Jay-Z and won, and most people couldn't tell you his name. Big L didn't just belong in the conversation with the greatest lyricists of the golden era. He was the conversation. He was killed at 24 before the world ever got the chance to catch up to him.
What's up, Big L? What up, Big L? Have a seat, man.
And something, Big L wasn't just a rapper from Harlem. He was the standard. At a time when the golden era was producing some of the greatest lyricists the world had ever seen, this man stood toe-to-toe with all of them and walked away with the crown every single time. But here's the tragedy. History didn't write his name the way it should have, and a generation grew up not knowing what they were missing. This isn't just a story about a life cut short. It's about what happens when greatness gets buried under circumstance, politics, and the cruel randomness of time. We're here to correct the record. Lamont Coleman grew up in Harlem's Elmendorf houses on 140th Street, where the concrete was cold and the options were colder, but the block was alive with ciphers, corner stories, and a culture that turned pain into poetry. From the time he was a teenager, L was different, not just quick, but surgical, the kind of wordsmith who could make a whole crowd go silent mid-bar because they needed a second to process what they'd just heard. He watched older cats move through the neighborhood and understood early that Harlem had never truly been given its crown in hip-hop, despite birthing some of the hardest street philosophers the art form had ever seen. That hunger, part pride, part grief, part proof, became the engine behind every rhyme he wrote, every punchline he sharpened like a blade in the stairwells of the projects.
Yo, I got slugs for snitches, no love for bitches, putting thugs in ditches when my trigger finger itches. I got a rep to make police jet, known to get a pre-sweat.
By the time he connected with the Diggin' in the Crates crew and started building a name that reached beyond 140th, it was clear this wasn't just a kid rapping. This was Harlem speaking through one of its most gifted sons, demanding to be heard. By 1995, Big L had already done what most MCs spend careers chasing. He made the streets of Harlem undeniable on land.
I heard about you battling Big L and
Yeah.
Did that actually happen?
Yeah, it happened on his block on 139th. I went up there.
His debut album, Lifestyle, as Ovida Poor and Dangerous, dropped on Columbia Records and announced him as one of the most technically gifted lyricists the genre had ever produced, with cuts like Put It On and MVP showcasing a pen that was equal parts street poetry and surgical precision.
Body smoking, front and get half the bones in your body broken. And when it comes to getting nookie, I'm not a rookie. I got girls that make that chick Tony Braxton look like Whoopi.
He had earned his stripes running with Diggin' in the Crates, a crew that included Fat Joe, Lord Finesse, and Diamond D, the kind of company that told you everything about where he stood in the hierarchy of the culture. His freestyle battles and radio sessions, particularly the legendary 1995 Stretch Armstrong and Bobbito Garcia appearances, became the gold standard by which Mike's skills were measured. Circulated on cassette tapes the way scriptures get passed through a congregation. And then there was the moment Harlem held its breath, the rumored collaboration with Jay-Z. Two Harlem-adjacent colossi trading bars, a preview of a legacy that felt like it was just beginning to crest. Every record he touched, every cipher he entered, Big L didn't just participate in the golden era, he was one of its cornerstones, building something that the culture would spend decades trying to fully reckon with.
Check it. Then while we hold gats, you hold knives. When you sold apes, we sold pies. When you roll bikes, we roll fives. There's no comparison, son. Just embarrassing. I'm running with some of the baddest men in the whole New York.
But never got the push it deserved, quietly disappearing while lesser acts with bigger budgets dominated the conversation. Then Harlem itself started bleeding. His brother Levon was murdered, and the grief that followed didn't break L's pen, but it broke something else, something underneath the bravado that you can hear if you listen close enough to the records that came after. He left Columbia, started building his own lane through Raucous, re-energized a fan base that never stopped believing, and was weeks away from delivering the album that would have forced the world to reckon with him when on February 15th, 1999, 9 bullets ended everything on Lenox Avenue, 2 blocks from where he grew up. The cruelest part isn't just that he died young. It's that the machine that failed him in life would spend the next 2 decades finally understanding what it had.
Yo, I be that smooth cat you never seen rolling with clowns.
No real campaign, like they didn't know what they had, or worse, like they didn't care. Some people in Harlem will tell you L was too Harlem, too raw, too unfiltered, too real for a corporate machine that was busy grooming safer bets and crossover acts. Was it sabotage? Was it neglect? Was it a label system designed to absorb black genius and then smother it under bureaucracy and indifference? What we know is this. By the time Big L finally broke free and started building flamboyant entertainment on his own terms, recording what would become his masterpiece, A Bullet on 139th Street in February of 1999 made sure the world would never hear what came next.
Frontin' with mad singles with a 50 on top. L trying to have this city on lock.
Punchline could be, and every technical rapper who came after him has been living in the blueprint he left behind. Jay-Z openly acknowledged him as one of the few MCs he genuinely feared on the mic. Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Lil Wayne at his most precise, the fingerprints of Harlem's finest, are all over their point. Some legacies don't close, they stay open, unfinished, waiting for the culture to finally catch up to what was always right there in front of us. If you believe the real ones deserve their flowers while we can still pass them down, hit subscribe.